Hey, if we want to build the future, we're gonna need some things.
Like a high-speed internet connection that can turn my ideas into reality.
Like the skills to become the world's most powerful coder.
The resources to make more films with people who look like me.
Like me.
Like me.
Like me. Like me. Like me. Like me.
Like the tools to start my sustainable shoe business.
Way more space to collaborate.
Yeah, that's better.
Through Project Up, Comcast is committing $1 billion to open doors for the next generation so they can build a future of unlimited possibilities.
Hi, I'm Shaletta Brundage. I'm a media personality, podcaster, and a business owner. But my most important role is mom. 3 of my beautiful kids have been diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. When I didn't know who to trust or where to turn, I found ACRA. ACRA provides home care services to families all over Minnesota. The care is not one size fits all. They know each one of my kids is unique. They listen to what resources we needed and what's best for our family. I've seen my kids grow and thrive with ACRA's in-home care. While autism is the most common diagnosis among ACRA clients, ACRA offers personalized in-home care services for people with disabilities, chronic illnesses, behavioral diagnosis, and mental illness. They work with children, adolescents, and older folks too. Find out more about ACRA at their website, acrahomecare.org. ACRA helps me provide my kids with a better quality of life. They can do it for your family too.
Want your boss to put some real action behind the rhetoric when they talk about making your workplace more inclusive? Find out how to hold their feet to the fire and demand diversity on the Diversity Dude podcast.
Hello there, and welcome back to the Diversity Dude podcast. I'm your host, Lambert Fisher, marriage and family therapist, award-winning author, and national speaker on the topic of multicultural awareness and diversity. And for those of you who are interested in even more positive and encouraging tips and strategies beyond what I share in podcasts like this, then feel free to check out my award-winning book, Diversity in Clinical Practice. Nationally recognized for the unique way in which it addresses the often difficult topic of multicultural awareness and diversity, designed for more than just therapists. If you're a helping professional in any way, Diversity in Clinical Practice can help you meet the greatest variety of cultural needs possible for those whom you serve. And it's available in paper and audiobook versions for your convenience. And whether it be through my one-on-one relationship building efforts as a therapist or my informing and empowering efforts as an author and speaker, know that my personal mission is to do my part to improve the world one strengthened relationship at a time. So, today I want to share with you a few encouraging words on addressing biases in your own home. If you tuned into our most recent Diversity Dude podcast, you heard my efforts to help us not only address negative cultural biases as they are displayed in media and social media at a distance, but also to propose a healthy way to move beyond initial polarized reactions by learning from those experiences and taking away from them, increase self-awareness and strengthen relationships moving forward. If you're interested in a healthy perspective like that, feel free to go back and listen to that message if you missed it. Today, however, I want to build upon that perspective and acknowledging the experiences of negative biases that are not always at a distance through a TV, computer, or phone screen. Sometimes biases hit closer to home, and how you respond to negative biases closer to home may be even more difficult to experience than that outside of the home. Let me explain. One of the many reasons why certain things go viral these days is the reality that it's very easy to say something with the click of a few buttons on a screen with little to no personal consequences. This is made even more easy when you can just add your comments to hundreds or even thousands of other comments that pile on to have a significant impact on someone else. Sometimes the implications or amplification of voices can be powerful in a great way if it helps bring about positive change that benefits many. Other times, the amplification of voices can impact people negatively, both now and for years to come. Specifically, the tendency to cancel someone or otherwise encourage the dismissing or low key exiling of someone based solely on something that they said or did with no opportunities for redemption is easy to do outside of the home and with implications that have no impact to you. However, these reactions are more difficult when it's in your own home and family, because if something is said or done that is influenced by negative, polarized, and skewed biases exist, you still have to live with them. Maybe the source of that bias is a parent, maybe it's a spouse, maybe it's a sibling, or even an adult child. You can not like it all you want, but they're still your family. And while some unfortunately seek to disown their family members based on different perspectives and negative biases and views, for those who prefer to preserve their family relationships, if at all possible, I like to propose an alternative response. The first thing I want you to consider is similar to a perspective that I shared previously, and that is the reality that biases themselves are not automatically bad. Biases are simply preferences and inclinations. We all have them for a variety of different reasons. We're more comfortable with people and things that we have more experiences with or more familiar. Everything else outside of that, we're left to guess and make interpretations about. What makes biases problematic is when they contribute to rigid, unchangeable thinking, where we're unwilling to be informed by new truths and facts and experiences. And more importantly, when they result in physical or even emotional harm to someone else that they did not earn or warrant. As a result, we need to learn to acknowledge that we don't need to automatically fear differing perspectives, different preferences based on different experiences that lead to those different perspectives. Rather, we need to keep our ears and eyes open for skewed perspectives and evaluate which ones pose legitimate threats to someone else's well-being and be prepared to act based on that at the time. Second, we need to do what we can to see these types of biases. Remember that the goal is to judge, not to judge or condemn, but to bring about positive changed behavior. As such, consider that most people are less likely to be open to change when confronted with someone who is telling them how wrong they are. No, it is then when their focus is instead on defending how right they are. Instead of closing the person's ears of the person you're trying to speak to and maybe even request something from, start with identifying and sharing anything positive that you can find, no matter how small, that you support or appreciate about that person's perspective. As truthfully as reasonably possible, this creates an invitation to request modification of something that is already partially good, but could use some modification rather than forcing or coercing correction of what is primarily bad. And third, make your requests less about evaluating them as a person and more about improving the impact that they could potentially have on others moving forward. In an admittedly oversimplified way, all put together, it might sound something like this. Hey, mom, dad, can I talk to you for a minute? See, first, let me say I appreciate so many things that you taught me over the years regarding how to carry myself, how to treat other people. However, the other day when my friends came over for dinner and you were sharing your comments about who voted differently and what other people believe and what that means about them, it may have been just talk to you, but to my friends and a little bit myself as well, it lowered my view of you a bit, and I don't want that to. I don't want to feel that way. I don't want them to see you that way, and because it seems to contradict how much you seem to care about them and us as people, them as a family. What you didn't know is that some of the things you were talking about reflect some of the things that they believe, and that their family also shares those beliefs. I just thought you would want to know. Because it might influence how you experience, just in case you want to avoid unintentionally offending someone else in the future. And just in case you might possibly be open to hearing about some of the things that I've become aware of and experienced and learned more about outside of our own experiences, usually that might inform or clarify some perspectives that we only were left to guess about and interpret about. Would you be open to that? You see, it doesn't have to be scripted perfectly for you to get the gist. Open with something connecting and joining. Offer an invitation to see a different, not more right, but a different perspective out of care and correction, rather than correction, and give the opportunity to choose whether they will incorporate that rather than force it with an ultimatum. Although there are no guarantees in life, even with something like this, and especially with families, you can't force what other people will do. Despite that, I've seen this work so often in personal and professional settings that I believe it has the potential to reduce tensions and strengthen relationships with you and those who you care about that can contribute to less skewed perspectives and reduced damaged relationships. My hope for you is that you will be able to find your own voice, your own language, words that make sense coming out of your mouth to contribute to this effort to identify personal and family biases and seek to inform and invite toward growth rather than judge and cancel preemptively, prematurely, based on important relationships that you'd hopefully be able to preserve in your personal relationships moving forward. And with that, I'll say thanks again for listening to the Diversity Do podcast. If you have any pressing diversity-related questions that you'd like me to address in an upcoming podcast, or if your organization is in need of shame-free and empowering guest speaking or training on this often sensitive topic, then feel free to reach out to me directly at www.diversitymadesimple.com. And if you know anyone else who could benefit from a positive and encouraging perspective on this often difficult topic of diversity, feel free to send them a link to this podcast or share with them my award-winning book, Diversity in Clinical Practice, available at Amazon.com. And if you're a helping professional yourself and you're interested in increasing your ability to serve no matter who comes in contact with you, then feel free to consider coming to my live interactive virtual event open to the public, not just for one specific organization, that can help you increase your cultural confidence and competence immediately. And as you consider this, consider the promo code SHAME-FREE, where you can register for half off the registration fee and have immediate impact, one training at a time. And it's coming up this upcoming Friday morning as well, and you can benefit from it. And even if you can't visit online, participate live directly. If you register, everyone who registers gets a chance to have the recording played back so you can view it at your own convenience. So consider that impact and visit and find out more at diversitymadesimple.com. And as usual, I look forward to addressing as many topics as possible in future podcasts to help you improve as many relationships as possible at work, at home, and in your community. And as always, remember this: you don't need to know everything about everyone in order to have a positive impact on someone. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a great day.
Tune in each week and find out how to demand and implement diversity at your job. To hear more, check out previous Diversity Dude shows on ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
When I walked across that stage at my high school graduation, I was excited, but confused about my next step. Then I walked through the doors at Doherty Family College. Doherty Family College is part of the University of St. Thomas. It's a 2-year college that lets you earn an associate's degree and puts you on a path to your bachelor's degree. Classes are small, so I have a personal relationship with professors committed to my success. Like the name says, they treat us like family. They call us scholars because they believe we could do anything we put our minds to. They set us up for excellence with free tutoring, and that's not the only thing that's free. Laptops, books, even breakfast and lunch, and bus fare. That's part of the package here at Doherty Family College. It's even free to apply. So do like I did. Go to dfc.stthomas.edu and set up a tour. We'd be excited to welcome you to our family here at Doherty Family College.
Well, this is awkward. On this season of Outside Chance, we're about to put the fly in fly fishing. I'm about to prove there's an outdoor activity for everybody. Yeah! This one I'm pretty confident I can make. I'll break down gear, costs, and best locations to learn. Holy crap. Whoa! Yeah! Life is meant to be experienced. Did you see that? Join me and find out what you've been missing.
Racial covenants had structured every aspect of life.
Keeping Black people in Black spaces.
Slavery's history is Minnesota's history.
So much of working towards racial equity is around telling our own stories.
Whether I'm taking the bus or the light rail, I'm on board with Metro Transit. What would I do without my ride? I hope to never find out. Metro Transit is my ticket to get where I need to go. Uptown or downtown, city or suburbs, no hassle. It's my reliable, affordable way to get to work, run errands, visit friends, and then get back home to my neighborhood. With easy-to-pay fares, I just jump on board and relax, while a professional does the driving. This is my time to listen to my music, catch up with my friends on social media, play a game or read, or just chill out and unwind on the way to my destination. But sharing the ride is also about being with folks from my community, headed to school, or traveling to their appointments, or out on the town. Traveling together, we make our road safer and create a healthier environment for everyone. Get on board with Metro Transit. It's your ride, too.
You know Shaletta makes you laugh. But did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.